Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review National Anthem, a new queer neo-western drama coming to you from director Luke Guilford, who co-wrote the film with Kevin Best and David Longman Murray. And this film focuses on the story of Charlie Plummer's Dylan, this young construction worker who's desperately trying to save money to get an RV to escape a toxic relationship that he has with his mother, played by Robin Lively, and he has a strong connection with his younger brother Cassidy, played by Joey DeLeon, and he winds up finding himself at this queer rodeo performer's ranch full of all kinds of characters, and this place led by Pepe, and one particular person who lives in this community, Sky, played by Eve Lindley, really develops a strong connection with Dylan. And the challenging thing is, Dylan falls hard and has very strong romantic connection with Sky, who happens to be in an open relationship with Pepe, aka Ranch Daddy. That was what I started calling him. He runs the ranch, and boy, this movie is one of the most openly, comfortably queer films that I've watched in a long time. This community is so full of different characters from different perspectives, sexual orientations, genders, and it's such a wide range of beautiful queer mosaic, if you will, that really shows how strong humanity can be in terms of just accepting. This group is so deeply connected, and it does not matter where they're from, who they are. They all come together in such a beautiful way. There's a beauty to the humanity that this film shows towards people who, every day of their lives, are going to be dealing with prejudice. In real life, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people who see this movie and find this atrocious. And that's really sad, because this film is so concerned about capturing the beauty of people and the beauty of acceptance and just appreciating people for who they are. But it also shows some darker sides of humanity, because human beings are flawed. We have jealousy. And this love triangle that develops between Dylan, Sky, and Pepe is quite engaging and interesting and frustrating. You're like, Dylan is a character that we really want to get behind. We feel for him, his love for his brother, the trauma that he has to overcome with his mother, who's a very flawed woman. And this whole journey of knowing things aren't going to work out between him and Eve, and at every turn where they get a little bit closer, something big happens and pulls them apart. There's some big emotional beats in this film that really strike a chord and leave you feeling a lot while watching this film. And I think Charlie Plummer, who I have not always been the biggest fan, I feel like his vibe sometimes and performances can feel so awkward and just disconnected. I do feel like something like Lean On Pete felt like a good precursor to this, as Dylan himself allows himself to be brought into this community and understanding that there's other opportunities. He doesn't have to be the person that society has deemed him to be. And he explores dressing up in drag and performing, which also, his performance in this during that drag show is the most energy I've ever seen out of Charlie Plummer. And it was actually really, moving to see. And Plummer's awkwardness and vulnerability, and I think it really works for this character because it's this young, rugged, blue-collar man finding himself in this community that, there's at one point, they're all mushroom tea and having just, big orgies and stuff like that. This film can get very graphic, I will tell you. it's very sexual, but the sexuality is so important to the story, to the characters, to the themes of the film, that it feels right. And this doesn't pull punches, it doesn't shy away from showing, a threesome or Dylan imagining Sky. And what's so impressive is what Guilford and uh, his cinematographer, Catalin Arizmendi, are able to do is this film is so beautiful. It's so beautifully shot. It really captures New Mexico in this beautiful way, the desert and everything, but it's how the film feels so much like the gaze of Dylan, and there's a lustfulness about the camera, the way it looks at the different characters in such an erotic and entrancing kind of way, especially how they shoot Sky. And Lindley looks amazing in all of those shots, and Lindley brings so much to this character of Eve, and we're enthralled. We're pulled in. We understand why Dylan has fallen so hard for this person. And we understand that, we feel it, and we understand the frustration of the complexity of this dynamic. I do think that the real MVP is Mason Alexander Park, who has popped up in quite a few things like Cowboy Bebop and Sandman, and I was watching Quantum Leap, the new legacy show, and Park has done such amazing work, and Park plays Carrie in this film, and Carrie's the best character in this film. There's so many layers to this person, and it's so interesting to see Carrie navigate these situations, and there's great moments where Park, especially with Plummer, they have some amazing moments with each other and just put their hearts out there and really help the audience process some of the more important themes of this film. This is such an engaging, enthralling, beautiful exploration of this queer community and what could really happen if people are just left alone to live their lives and be who they are. I know that it's very hard for a lot of people, and I really hope that this film would have that kind of experience of showing these are just people living their lives and wanting the opportunity to just live their lives without having to worry about being in danger just by being themselves. And the way that Guilford is able to capture all of this is so beautiful and poignant. I was thoroughly moved by this film, and great performances, great characters, really rich and engaging and impactful themes pull this together. I was hooked from start to finish, and I really hope others discover this little film popping up in theaters. But those are my thoughts on National Anthem. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.